Hello everyone. I want to talk to you about 24 lead gen ideas for 2024. Hello, I'm Mark Gant. I'm with eXp Realty and I've been doing real estate for over 27 years now. I'll try to keep this short or as short as possible, but hopefully stay all the way till the end. I'll start out with some free ideas and then go into the ones that cost you money. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first one I always suggest is open houses. Open houses are a great way to not only get buyer leads, but also to get seller leads. The important part is doing the right open houses. Don't just do any old house. You want to pick the right one, the right price point, something that doesn't have a ton of turns to get to it, because you want to put out as many signs as you can. These are something you want to do at least twice a week if possible. This increases your chances of getting additional sales every single month. What's also important is the sign-in process. I know a lot of people struggle with people giving fake names and or phone numbers, but what you'll want to do is I do a sign-in sheet that has more of a questionnaire on it, and I mainly focus on things like, have you heard about the state zero down program? Are you a veteran? Or are you interested in rent to own? Just by getting them to respond to those gives me a reason to open up a conversation and stop them before they go back out the door. Number two is calling for sale by owners. For sale by owners, what I find is very effective is offering your services basically for no fee up front, meaning you want to tie in an open house with a for sale by owner. Explain to them the benefits. It brings buyers. You're going to be honest with them and say, hey, it gives me additional buyer leads, but it's potentially going to get a buyer for you. So ask them permission to do an open house. That also gives you face-to-face with that seller. It gets a foot in the door so that in the future, with your communication with them and over time, when they do want to list with an agent, and they will, they're going to contact you. You're going to be the first point of contact. Number three is social media posts asking for business. So this is where you want to ask other, people on Facebook, your friends, family, past clients, other agents for business. Post things like who's selling in 2024, looking to buy or sell. Tell them, be honest with them. Tell them you're looking for business. You need some clients. Your friends are there for you. Your family's there for you. So if you remind people that you're an agent, that you need business or want business, they'll step up, they'll get the word out, and you'll be the first point of contact when that time comes. Number four is agent-to-agent referrals. This is great for, additionally on social media, there's a ton of groups out there that you can join that have agents saying, hey, I'm looking for an agent in a particular area. I have a buyer or a seller, and they're going to charge a referral fee. But it's a great way to get business. I see that daily. There's hundreds of these groups out there, so just get on there and search for them. Additionally, go to national events. You have, like Tom Ferry does several great yearly events, a lot of times down there in Vegas. It's, it's a potential tax write-off for you. But it's a great way to network and meet other agents and let them know what areas you work in. You're going to get their information, they're going to get yours, and you'll network from there. The important part is after you have the national events is the follow-up. Next, number five is first-time buyer seminars. With all the changes going on, here in our state, Washington State, we now have to have buyer's agency agreement signed. We're not allowed to show any houses until we have a buyer's agency agreement signed. It's going to take a while for buyers to understand this since it's brand new. It's coming out actually January 1st. Also, don't forget the mortgage rates have been crazy. They've gone up. Now they're going back down. There's 2-1 buy downs. There's zero down VA. There's Washington State zero down programs, FHA conventional style. There's so much information to tell buyers. Have a buyer seminar. You can do it on Zoom or do it at a location. You can obviously get with your lender and have them help you out with that if you want to, provide some food or additional education. But buyer seminars still work. They're a great way to pick up those buyer leads. Number six is listing on Facebook homes under a certain dollar amount. So for example, you could say homes in your area under 400,000, and you tie that into your website. If you have a website or a CRM that allows you to search certain areas, you just save that address and you post it. You can shorten that URL. There's plenty of sites to allow you to do that. But if you don't have properties to advertise, just ask other agents in the area or in your office for permission. Go by whatever your MLS guidelines require. Ours requires written permission. I have about 150 agents already that have given me permission to advertise their stuff. So I have plenty of houses that I can market all the time on Facebook, whether it's a specific house or like I said, a home's under 400, under 500 in a particular area. Number 7 is working your database. This is huge. This is one of the top 3 lead sources, is making sure you're getting into your database daily, making sure you're staying in touch and contact with everybody, making sure you have a good CRM. If you have a good CRM, do a lot of things automated for you. As you get busier, you're not going to be able to keep in touch with everybody, so you don't want to drop the ball and forget somebody. It's always important to stay in touch with them monthly, but it can be simple as an email or a newsletter. But a lot of these CRMs will also remind you, hey, it's time to pick up the phone and give them a call and say hi. It'll store your notes so jogs your memory on what's gone on with that client in the past. Rather, it's a past client or a future client, but it's a great way to generate business, ask for referrals, and continue from there. So database is a very important part of your business. Number 8 is work on your Google My Business. It's a free platform. Google wants you using it. It's basically tying you in with your address, your business name, your contact information, and it'll actually help with your ranking on Google search. So if you're in a certain town and that's the area you work, if somebody says, hey, I'm looking for homes in Tacoma, Washington, as an example, it's going to show up higher on that Google search result. But it's important to work it constantly. It's not a one-time and go. You actually want to feed this at least weekly with some DIY or some pictures or photos of houses or listings or whatever it may be. A great tool is just to go to Google and then type in your search area, see who pops up, and then look on the right side. You'll see their business on there. Open it up and see what they've been doing. See how many photos they have in there, what pictures they're using. It's a great example to give you an idea of what you need to do for yours as well. Number 9 is Marketplace on Facebook. This ties into where you're asking for permissions to advertise, but you can put a ton of houses in Marketplace. You only need to do a couple a day. What's nice is it'll last for about a week, and it'll ask you if you want to resubmit it and make it live again. So you don't have to constantly keep putting them in over and over again. You just want to make sure that they're still available, you got the price points right, but add additional information on that. Just don't post, here's a house, here's some information about it. Make sure it has your contact information at the end, and add additional things to give them a reason to reach out to you, like how to buy this house for 0 down, if your state allows it. How to buy it VA 0 down, or even how to look into the rent-to-own program. There's a lot of third parties for that, so it's a great way to get people to respond. And what's cool about it is you can actually go to their profile. Whoever responds, it's tracked. You can check their profile, kind of see if they're legit or what's going on, and then it saves it, so you can always go back and look it up or send them follow-up emails, but you can also add them to your database, and again, that's what's important. Number 10 is YouTube videos of your town. YouTube is huge, as everybody knows. We're always being told to make more vids. They don't have to be fancy. As you can tell, mine aren't very fancy at all. I just kind of talk, get the word out, and go from there. But if you do one for town, you want to talk about any events going on, what's going on in a particular neighborhood, parks. You can do restaurant reviews. But what happens, the more you do, the more you come as a professional for that area. And on top of that, if you label it right when you upload these videos, it also moves you up into the algorithm or the rating of Google. So when they're searching again a specific town, you're going to start seeing yourself go up on that rating because you're posting a lot of videos. I know a lot of agents have success with this. So add that to your list of to-dos. Expired listings. I know there's a ton of agents that do this. The thing is, you just have to stay at it. You don't want to go at just expired. Those are the ones that are really being pounded. Go back a year, maybe 2 years, and see why they are no longer selling. Are they interested in selling? Do they have any concerns or wondering what property values will be like in 2024? The whole idea is just to start a conversation and then build it from there. So don't be afraid to go back a year, 2, 3 years of who was in the MLS. Obviously cross-reference, make sure it hasn't been relisted. You don't want to infringe on somebody else's listing, but reach out. And also mailers still do work on those. So if you want to do a mailer campaign, you give them a call, you talk to them, leave a message, whatever, but then do a follow-up with a few mailers. But it is something you just got to stick with, and eventually it'll start panning out for you. Number 12 is property value CMA videos or emails or text. So this is where you're going into your database or even these for sale by owners or expireds, and you're sending them a video or a mailer about what their home is worth in today's market. A lot of these CRMs will have that tied into them, into your databases, so you can just do a one-click, fill out the information, and then they'll get sent that home value. And you can also have it do it monthly or weekly, however you want to set that up. But sending a video is more personal. So basically, that's very simple. You can do it on your phone, and then you can email it to them if you have their email address. So property value CMA videos. Number 13 is door knocking. A lot of people aren't door knocking, which is great because that increases your chances of getting a listing in a particular neighborhood. Door knocking is really good for open houses. That's an excuse to go knock on a door to say, you don't have to go attack them and say, hey, I want to sell your house. It's, hey, we're having an open house. I told that individual I'd go around the neighborhood and announce it. I'd love for you to stop by and see what's going on. If you have any questions about the market, I can help you out with that as well. Well, you go knock on 50 doors, it's going to pan out. These individuals will show up to your open house, gets you to talk to them face to face and kind of grow things from there. You can obviously offer free CMA or home value reports to them, but the whole idea is just to get in front of the door. You don't have to be all sales pitchy about it. It's just you give them a reason to do that. And then you can also say, hey, you got a buyer in the area and you were wondering if they know anybody in the neighborhood that might be selling some. Number 14 is QR codes. QR codes, we've all seen those come up everywhere, especially since the pandemic. They're very popular now. QR codes, you can do them for free. They're easy to make. And then what you do is you're just going to link that code to a landing page or to your website or wherever you want it to go to. But it's a great way of getting additional business. People are putting them on their signs. They're putting them on flyers. They're putting them on their business cards. You're seeing them everywhere right now. So again, that's a free thing. It's very easy to use. So don't be afraid about the QR codes. That's it for the free stuff. So let's go over the ones that might cost you a little bit more. Some are, going to be pretty cheap, and some get pretty expensive as we go through the list. In addition, also, if you are getting any value from this, please like and subscribe below. I want to grow this channel. It's fairly new, so I would appreciate that if you would like and subscribe. But let's go to number 15, which is circle prospecting mailings. So this is where you're going to be announcing open houses or upcoming classes or events to an area, rather it be, like let's say it's an apartment complex, and that you're going to do a home buyer class. It's, you're sending a mailer to them, or you're doing an open house and you want to get that list from your escrow company and say, hey, give me 100 houses in the area, and then you're going to send a mailer to announce that open house. So that's circle prospect mailings. And then you have number 16, which is geographical farming. This is your typical farm where you're going to pick a neighborhood and you're just going to constantly farm it. You're going to just send emails, flyers, mailings, whatever it may be, postcards constantly. There's a whole technique to this. I'll be teaching it a little later down the road. But you kind of start out heavy and then you feather it out from there. But there is a way to pick the right neighborhoods. You don't want a neighborhood that has a very low or slow turn rate. You want to find these neighborhoods that houses are only on them, have owners for a certain amount of time, and then they're going on the market. A great example of that is around military bases, because you have a lot of veterans that are either moving every 2 to 3 years, or they're going to use that property as a rental. But it's a great way, because even if there's renters in there, they're going to see what you're mailing. You don't have to have the owner's name on it. You can just say, current occupant or whatever it may be. But geographical farming is a great way to get business. It does take a little bit of time, so just be patient with that. Number 17 is housewarming parties. I love doing these. This is basically when you have, obviously sold a property for your buyer. You're going to ask them that you want to have a housewarming party to let their friends and family and everybody come check out the new house, and that you're willing to take care of the food or the event. You can tie that in with your lender, of course. And what happens is they're going to give you a list of all their friends and family. You're going to get their emails, their phone numbers, their emails. These are more individuals you can add to your database, but it's a great way to reach out to these individuals, announce the housewarming party, get them to come, they get to meet you. You do a little quick 2-minute speech to welcome everybody, tell them who you are, and then you have all of their information for follow-ups forever. So that's a great way. There's no better way to get business than from somebody that you've worked with because of the word of mouth. And that buyer will back you up with anybody on that list if they decide to buy or sell later. So it's a great way of getting business. Now, opposite of that, you have the going away party. That's number 18. This is where you're helping sellers have basically a goodbye party. Same thing, works the same way. You're getting a list of everybody they know, especially with neighbors, to come over that that you're willing to take care of the cost to have this barbecue or whatever it may be. But you're getting that list again, and it's also a great way to tie into some mailings, door knocking, all of that to get the neighbors to come over to the party and see what you did. This is huge for you to get potential listings down the road. You're getting their information. You can have them sign in, whatever it may be. But it is a great tool or a resource to get potential listings down the road. Number 19 is Zillow leads. These are going to be the ones that get to be a little bit more expensive. Zillow, as you know, over time has just grown into this huge juggernaut. And what you have to keep in mind, it does cost money to, you got to pay to play. A lot of leads, though, I find from Zillow are kind of junky. There's going to be a lot of nurturing involved with that. So that means when they give you information, of course, you jump on it right away. Most of them are looky-loos or not ready right away. But again, you put them in your database and you just stay in touch. It takes time with any leads that you put in a database. I mean, NAR's average right now is 23 months for the average person when they start showing interest till they actually pull the trigger and do something. So it takes time. So fill your pipeline now, so you have something later on down the road. So Zillow leads do work out. You may get some business right away, but expect to nurture most of these leads and spend a little bit more time on them. Number 20 is referral companies. There's many referral companies out there. They might charge a monthly fee or a referral fee if something closes. An example is like Veterans United or HomeLight. You just sign up with their programs. Some of these may want some information about, how many homes you have sold in the last 12 months. They just want to make sure that, you're qualified to work with some leads. Veterans United doesn't require you to be a veteran, but they want you to show that you have some VA experience. But there's a lot of different ones out there. So just, you can just Google search that and kind of get more details. I'm more the type of person that I want to pay a referral fee than a monthly fee. So that's just kind of, you got to decide which direction you want to go into. Referral fees probably cost more in the end, but you usually get a better lead quality with those. So that's something to keep in mind. Number 21 is to call or mail non-owner occupied. This is good because you never know, especially with the market right now, these investors that have these multiple properties may be looking to sell, especially going into 2024, because we're going to start seeing buyers purchasing more properties due to the interest rates starting to go down. So this you can tie in with your escrow company. Just get with them, say, hey, I want a list of all the non-owner occupied, either in a zip code or a neighborhood or a town. There might be a small fee, and trust me, I mean it's a small fee, and they'll send you a list, and then you can add that to your database or wherever you have it, and start sending mailers to talk about, hey, do you want to sell? Do you have any interest in selling? Some of these will actually have phone numbers, so you can try to reach out to them and call them. But it is a great way to prospect for new listings down the road. Number 22 is Realtor.com leads. Works the same way as Zillow. There's a couple other ones out there, but you're going to pay to receive leads. Some people like Realtor.com a little bit more. They find the leads are more ready and willing than Zillow. But I'm just telling you, it's probably going to be a little bit a nurture, just like Zillow. There's not going to be a lot of difference. You're not going to see a huge difference between either in regards to a huge spike in sales because of Realtor.com versus Zillow. Number 23 is joining local networking groups. So there's a lot of like breakfast clubs, business to business clubs. You can find these on Facebook, but basically a lot of them work as and you can even start your own. But a lot of them work as you can have one professional in an area. So you might have a real estate agent, a lender, a mechanic, a photographer, and you just build this group up based on individual professions. And the idea is you meet, monthly. And what you're supposed to be doing is bringing a referral to those individuals. So you could say, hey, photographer, I got some business for you. And then the mechanic might say, I know somebody looking to sell and they need you as a realtor. So the whole idea is networking between each other and sharing each other's business, and even sharing each other's business databases if allowed. So local networking groups do work. It's a great way to get with people face to face. And it is something that you can easily start yourself. So you can either join one that's existing or get started on your own. And finally, number 24 is client events. This is basically where you're doing your holiday events. People have they'll give away pies for Thanksgiving or picks with Santa. There's shredding events, every 6 months or whatever. They'll tell everybody bring anything you need shredded, and they'll pay for a company to come out and do that. They can even tie in with other agents in their office to offset that fee. And then, of course, you have client appreciation barbecues or things of that nature. The whole idea is just to get your past clients to remember you, to come see you face to face, and do some type of an event for that gathering. So that's a good thing to do. It's a great way to stay on top of people's list so that they know you. So I do hope this list helped you with some lead gen ideas. I wish everybody a very successful 2024. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited about 2024. There's going to be a lot of changes, but I think in the end it's going to be great. Again, please remember to like and subscribe below. I wish you the best. All right, take care and thank you.